I think that the talented tenth is more so about consciousness, right? So I think your grandparents, some of your grandparents were the talented 10th in the sense that they had an understanding of what it means to be secure, what it means to be productive, what it means to be skilled, what it means to be sturdy, right? So that talented 10th, because how many of you could have noticed this? Has anybody ever noticed? Like you can find when I went to my wife's launch for her podcast. They had a podcast event. Their new podcast is the Real Table Talk with Tiana Von Johnson and Shar Curry. I met a brother who came up to me, and he was a guy. He's a big husky guy with a beard, and he said he was a plumber, and he ran his own business, and I could tell he had a lot of money, and a lot of you probably know somebody like that. This plumber, and people would look down like, oh, I don't want to be a plumber because I want to go to college and everything. This plumber was making several $100,000 a year and controlling his own schedule. He didn't have a whole lot of debt. He was able to do whatever he wanted financially. So what's really been sort of observed is it's not so much the educated job seeking Negro that's going to be the wealth builder. It's the person who understands what wealth building actually means. It's the builder. It's the person that can work with their hands, so to speak, meaning I can create an opportunity, I can build something, I can manifest something. Individuals like that tend to have something about them where they don't just lean on what's in a book, or they don't just lean on what somebody told them. They lean on this thing called common sense. Your ancestors had a lot of common sense. They would say, don't go do that. Boy, you're about to be in some trouble, boy. Don't be out there causing no trouble. They just have this common sense about them, and that common sense is really what I think is really important because you've always got people trying to manipulate you into going into one direction or the other. So shout out to the elders for their common sense. Let's move on. Let's finish up with a couple more points. Another thing your elders had that maybe we don't have as much is community economics over individual, flexing and stuff like that. So basically, segregated communities circulated dollars far better than we circulate black dollars today. Uh, today, some believe that the black dollar stays in the community for about 6 hours, whereas back in the day, it would stay in the black community for several days, maybe even weeks, right? And a lot of that was because the segregation created the necessity to create our own communities. And I'm not trying to be pro segregation in that way, but I do think there's some degree of voluntary segregation is okay. Voluntary segregation means, yeah, I could go over here and do whatever I want, but I'm choosing to be with the core of my strength. I want to go toward the power base, not away from it, right? So I think that what happened with integration is they got us really hyped up on this wonderful idea that white people are better than us, that they really made us believe that if we can go to their schools and give them our money and go to their businesses and give them more money and be in their neighborhoods and kill our own property values, that somehow we become better due to proximity, right? We form this illusion that being close to power is the same as actually having power. Do you understand? Like a lot of people make that mistake. Like you'll see some black person that's got some fancy job and he'll really think he's a powerful person. But people who understand power, they know they're like, well, you don't really have any power. Actually, your boss has power because if your boss decides that you don't want to have power anymore, then your power gets shut off like a light switch, right? So this light above me does not have any power because if I hit a button, then the light goes out, right? So the light can say, hey, I'm shiny, I'm bright,